All right, guys. My people, we don't come this morning. I want a day today, my people. It's still all about Peter Obi and what Peter Obi said that he's only going to serve for just 4 years to be a one-term president. A lot of people are talking on this, as you all know, that yesterday Abati satanically reawakened some kind of words that probably a lot of Nigerians have forgotten. But I'd like us to move on right now. Kenneth Okonkwo, don't come out now. Come talk, say, any politician that speaks in that manner, now lie, it a lie. Yes, Kenneth Okonkwo, now he talk this one. Say, now lie. Regardless of the references, you are going to reference to Mandela, reference to Yekoriomo, Oluku, Mandate, or whatever, that now lie, now they lie. Directly and indirectly, Kenneth Okonkwo is on the case of Peter Obi for a reason I don't know. The same Kenneth Okonkwo went on by quoting the Constitution, telling us that even though the Constitution itself, now 4 years now it give. After 4 years, normally you need to recontest. So what's the debate and the talking all about? May not be like say we spill everything out, finish. Make we listen to what Kenneth Okonkwo have to say.
So politicians have made themselves very untrustworthy. So they go the extra mile to prove themselves when they make any proposition. Nothing else. Anybody telling you it's because he wants to be like Mandela or want to be like this, no, that's not true.
Our Labour Party's 2023 presidential candidate, Peter Obi, has sparked intense debate after reiterating his commitment to serve only one term if elected president in 2027. The declaration, which he described as non-negotiable, has drawn sharp criticism from the ruling All Progressive Congress and divided reactions within his own party. While the Labour Party's Abure-led faction dismissed the pledge as a political strategy, the rival caretaker group under Senator NWATCH endorsed it, citing Peter Obi's history of principled leadership. The APC, however, dismissed the promise as insincere theatrics. The controversy deepened after Anambra State Governor Professor Chukwuma Soludo mocked the pledge during a political rally, suggesting that politicians making such promises require psychiatric evaluation. But in a detailed response on social media, Obi defended his stance by citing historical examples of transformative leaders like Abraham Lincoln, John F. Kennedy, Nelson Mandela, who achieved lasting legacies despite brief tenures.
First and foremost, the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria made it clear. In Section 135, subsection 2, and Section 180, subsection 2 of the Constitution is very clear. The term of a president or a governor is 4 years. 4 years. The Constitution was direct. He said the president, after spending 4 years in office, vacates his office. At times, politicians behave as if they don't have any job. So when somebody says he's going to spend only 4 years, he simply stated a constitutional provision. But here is just a little addition. The Constitution says you are no longer qualified to contest if you have contested for that position twice in previous elections. And this is by Section 137, subsection 1B, and Section 187, subsection 1B. So the issue here is this. If you say you want to contest one term, that is your own idea. That is your own opinion. You are entitled to it. In Nigeria and in some African countries, where elections are deemed not to be free and fair, that's where you have all this unnecessary argument. Why did I say that? Even abroad, you're not sure, even when you're an incumbent, whether if you recontest, whether you will win. That is where you will know that your term of office is not 8 years, it's not 2 terms, it's 1 term. So it ought not to even be a point of argument. Because even if you are an incumbent, if you recontest, you can fail. The only thing the Constitution says is that if you fail 100 times, if you have not been elected twice, you are still qualified to be governor or president. So for me, I do not see any issue whatsoever except, like you said, distrust of themselves, and two, because of the belief that there is no free and fair election. If there is free and fair election, then the issue of 2-term, 8 years would not arise. But here is another issue. Because of our rotational arrangement, which has this proposition of 8 years for South, 8 years for North, politicians now do not want to place themselves in a disadvantaged position, because 4 years having been taken by a Southern politician, if you are a fresh politician and you want to do another 8 years, you will know that you are dead on arrival. So it's a political strategy on its own for you to accede that you will do 4 years. It is not because the politician did not want to do 8 years, no. But he knows that he has only 4 years left from the Southern, remaining term. But here is another issue. By agreeing you will do 1 year, you do 4 years, you have also agreed that if there is any other Northerner that say he will do also 4 years, then both of you are at the same level of equity, because there would be no injustice either section. So there's nothing wrong in a party, for instance, especially an opposition party that doesn't have an incumbent, saying in order that Nigerians will be free to trust them, that they are going to have a transitional government whereby whoever is going to contest would have to agree to do 1 term and do not exercise his constitutional rights to recontest. A party can do that, so that whether they present a candidate from the North or from the South, the Nigerians from either section will not feel that they have been betrayed or an injustice meted out to them. For instance, if a Northerner wins in another political party and commits to do 4 years, then what it means is that the South and the North has shared for 4 years like they did during the Yaradua Goodluck Jonathan period, and there will be no injustice. So there is nothing, absolutely nothing that ought to raise concerns or arguments. But like you said, a man who kills by the sword does not like people to wave sword at his back. So politicians have made themselves very untrustworthy. So they go the extra mile to prove themselves when they make any proposition. No. It's purely a political strategy. There is nothing hidden about it, because every politician would want to complete his 2 terms if he has the opportunity. But of course, if this were 2023, the same politician and presidential candidate or aspirant would not make the same promise. Like I said, as it stands today, a Southerner has taken 4 years. So it will be political suicide for you to come and say you want to do 8 years. Nobody will vote for you, not even from South or from the North. So it is purely a political strategy, nothing else. Anybody telling you it's because he wants to be like Mandela or want to be like this, no, that's not true. But again, the person may want to tell you that just for you to believe he will do 4 years. He may want to tell you that he can still achieve his basic objectives within 4 years. Just to encourage you to know that he is serious in not trying to exercise his constitutional right to recontest election. So there is nothing beyond political strategy. That's what it is.
Kenneth Okonkwo say, now political strategy. Say me could not trust any politician that come up with something like that. It's baffling. How can Kenneth Okonkwo go on air to speak against Peter Obi's wish? The same Kenneth Okonkwo that was there in 2023. The whole thing is still baffling, shocking, and it looks like a dream that how people can easily switch and become a different face, which is a mask. I don't understand it. But what do I know? I'd like to hear from you. Put on the comment section, what's your take on all this? This is NAIJA Watch Media. Join us every day, 7 p.m. Nigerian time. Let's continue to talk about things that affect you and I. Take care, guys, and bye for now.